With an agreement, without an agreement, Iran will not have nuclear weapons. Not today, not tomorrow. As long as I am the Prime Minister of Israel, that will not happen. What we have achieved. We saved the state of Israel from annihilation, but I tell you, citizens of Israel, the struggle is not over and finished. Well, President Trump and I have known each other for many years. He is the President of the United States, and I am the Prime Minister of Israel. We often see eye to eye, but there are also cases where we do not see eye to eye as much. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. It happens in the best families.
Netanyahu faces a tense press conference after the U.S. moved ahead with its Iran Memorandum of Understanding, despite Israeli unease over the deal. The Iran war may not be over, with Netanyahu insisting he will keep acting to stop Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons regardless of the agreement. Questions about a rift with Trump are growing as reports suggest Israel was uneasy with the American-Iran framework even while Trump pressed ahead. Netanyahu appears on the back foot but is still leaving the door open to future action against Iran and its proxies.
Citizens of Israel, for decades I have been fighting against Iran's efforts to arm itself with nuclear weapons. I can define this as my life's mission. I stood by it until today, and I will uphold it in the future as well. With an agreement, without an agreement, Iran will not have nuclear weapons. Not today, not tomorrow. As long as I am the Prime Minister of Israel, that will not happen. Now I hear people asking, what have we achieved? And I tell them, what have we achieved? We have kept away from us the immediate threat of destruction. Together with our American friends, we launched the largest airstrike in the history of Israel. We thwarted the nuclear scientists, decapitated the leaders of the terror regime, crushed the nuclear facilities, destroyed missiles, and most of the factories producing missiles. We struck countless military infrastructures. We destroyed their navy, their air force. We thwarted senior commanders who targeted the Iranian people. We caused tremendous damage. We estimate it in the hundreds of billions of dollars. Some even estimate it close to $1 trillion. Massive damage to Iran's economy, which took them decades to build. But here is the most important thing. The most important thing is that we saved the state of Israel from the threat of nuclear annihilation, because it is important to understand, Iran was racing towards nuclear capability, truly. Before we intervened, they were racing towards nuclear capability and advancing their nuclear and missile industry deep beneath the earth. If we had not acted at the time we did and with the intensity we did, even with our American friends, if we had not acted this way, Iran would already have atomic bombs. What we have achieved. We saved the state of Israel from annihilation, but I tell you, citizens of Israel, the struggle is not over and finished. We will need to continue to stand guard, continue to be strong and determined, and defend ourselves as much as needed. This is true not only against Iran, but also against the terror arms of Iran, which we have struck in a way unprecedented. We did it in Gaza, we did it in Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, we did it in the refugee camps in Judea and Samaria, we did it everywhere. We eliminated Deif, Hanier, and Sinwar, together with many of the Hamas leaders, basically almost all of them, everyone who was there during the terrible massacre. I think there is one left. He will also be eliminated. We established deep security zones around the state of Israel. We did this in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, where, by the way, we eliminated all the weapons of Assad's army. It was a key link in the axis of evil. And I want to convey, we will stay in the security zones as long as necessary to protect our country. Because after the event in October, I established a simple principle. Israel will not allow terrorist organizations to establish themselves on our borders, to tunnel into our territory, to prepare for a massacre close to our citizens. Today, the heroes stand between the terrorists and our citizens. In essence, what we have done is change our entire security doctrine. We have also changed ourselves. We have broken the barrier of fear. We initiate. We attack, we surprise, and we vanish our pursuers. Israel is stronger than before, and Iran's axis of evil is weaker than before. And if someone had told you at the beginning of the war that we would achieve everything I specified, and I did not detail everything, you would have said he is daydreaming. Well, people talk, they promise. No, we did it. And today, after we achieved all this, there are those who want to minimize it, to cancel our great achievements. And I tell you, We are going to achieve many more great things. We will continue to thwart threats in the region. We will build new alliances with the countries in the region and outside the region. We will ensure our defense independence. This is another principle I established, and I am allocating 350 billion shekels as an addition to the defense budget. We will develop technologies that push the limits of imagination, and we will turn Israel into an even stronger power, because our strength is the key to our future. It is the key to our security. It is the key to our economy. It is the key to our alliances, because alliances are made with strength. And today, Israel is a very strong country.
You can also tell the American president what are the red lines of the state of Israel. Will you attack Iran alone again? And will you attack in Lebanon independently?
Quite a question. Well, President Trump and I have known each other for many years. He is the President of the United States, and I am the Prime Minister of Israel. We often see eye to eye, but there are also cases where we do not see eye to eye as much. I am responsible for the security interests of Israel. I stand by them, and I want to tell you how we uphold them. We must uphold them not with agitation, but with wisdom, and this requires a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, and a deep familiarity with the American arena.
Hello, sir. I want to ask you, did we win the war you call the War of Resurrection? And if not, is the next round against Iran only a matter of time?
I think what we are seeing today, our situation in the War of Resurrection, on October 7th, is simply incomparable to our strength today. We struck our enemies, broke the Iranian axis, the Iranian terror axis. Hezbollah is a shadow of what it used to be. There is still work to do. In Gaza, we control over 60% of the territory. Gaza no longer poses a real threat to Israel. What you see in the Gaza Strip is something no one believed, because I said this would happen too. I said the area would thrive again, and people would feel safe, and I do not know if you know, today the demand for apartments in the Gaza envelope is immense. There are not enough apartments. Everyone wants to come there. Why do they want to come there? Because we have really succeeded in diminishing and breaking this threat and also bringing a very large package of prosperity. This is what we are going to do in the north as well.
Mr. Prime Minister, when you launched the operation, you said the goal was to eliminate the threat of the Ayatollah regime in Iran. 3 months later, this campaign is declared over. The Ayatollah regime is still in place. The threat still exists. Where did you go wrong?
Who said I was wrong? You say so. I tell you the opposite. I was not wrong at all. I defined the objectives, and the cabinet defined the objectives differently from what you said. We said we want to distance the danger from us existentially, first the nuclear danger, and we did that. We said we want to distance the missile danger from us, and we did that. And we said we want to create the conditions that would allow the Iranian people, if they wish, to remove the regime. Now, I can tell you one thing. Iran is in a very difficult economic situation. We have damaged all possible infrastructures there. The damage is immense. There are also cracks within this regime. I did not define when this regime will fall. No one knows when this regime will fall. In October and Israel today, how can we compare? Israel before, with dogs, while this regime is rushing towards nuclear capability and is going to produce thousands more ballistic missiles against us. And today this matter is engraved. These two things have been achieved. And the main thing I can tell you is that there is an organized, systematic effort to downplay these tremendous achievements.
I would appreciate your response. There are a lot of reports that you intend to retire in the upcoming elections. Do you intend to run until the end?
Thank you. First of all, I am very touched by your concern about whether I will run or not. So I want to reassure you. Yes, I am going to run, and I intend to win. Regarding my relationship with President Trump, in the United States they say that President Trump does everything I ask. And in this country they say the opposite, that I do everything he asks. So that is not true. It is a relationship between partners who have known each other for many years. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. It happens in the best families. I set certain parameters for our activity and we are doing it. Anyone who tells you we can do everything, or that we can completely disregard what the United States says, that is also not true. We take it into account. When he entered, he brought the US Army to fight together against our common enemy. That is a big thing. I respect that. But it cannot be said that we are entirely subject to these considerations. Under my leadership, the State of Israel has proven that it accomplishes great things and leads in many areas. We initiate, we act, we surprise, and we also succeed.
And why did Trump act like Biden and sign such an agreement?
I would not make that comparison. We still do not know what the agreement will be. I can say that the fundamental difference between the situation then and the situation today is that every agreement must be accompanied by a military threat. There was no military threat then. Today, because of what we did, there is a reliable military threat. I can speak about my commitment as the Prime Minister of Israel, who devoted most of his adult life to preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. If I had not done the things I did over the years, Iran would long have had atomic bombs. So they do not have them, and I do not intend for them to have them. This goal is simple. Iran will not have nuclear weapons. Regarding Lebanon, we created a buffer zone there, a security zone, and we will remain there as long as necessary. Iran wanted us to withdraw from there, but that did not happen. I was very firm on this issue, and I believe our American friends respect this determination.